From Rome to Moscow, throughout this year and next, we have a new promotion for Indonesia called Magnificent Indonesia. Malaysia has Malaysia, truly Asia. And many years ago, Indonesia had Let's Go Archipelago. For some reason, Indonesia has Magnificent Indonesia, and I'm not quite sure that that is particularly, it doesn't pop out. It's okay lah. Okay, so what we're discussing here is tourism in Indonesia and how to bring tourists. There is a budget every year for the Ministry of Tourism, but in certain years Indonesia gives a bigger budget. And the first thing I will say is Indonesia has to start thinking out of the box. It's okay promoting Indonesia, but what about giving something extra? For example, we all know about Bali. Everybody knows about Bali. I'm not saying don't promote Bali, but it shouldn't really be a major focus. The focus should be outside of Bali, Java, which will one day become the next Bali, I promise you. Sumatra, Toraja, Sulawesi, Kalimantan. Promote the islands that need more tourism. Not Bali, not particularly Lombok or Komodo Island, because these are all covered in this area. I love Bali. I live in Bali, but it gets too much promotion. You need to focus on other areas. And here's another thing. I was looking at one of the promotional videos and the panoramas throughout Indonesia. Beautiful. But there's one aspect I feel that requires a little bit more attention, because to me, it's what travelling is all about. Yes, you remember when you were behind the Taj Mahal, there's the photo, or you're up on Ayers Rock, or you're visiting Monas, whatever, you've got these pictures. But here's the thing, and this is why I believe it should be promoted more. It's the people you meet, not the places you visit, that will always be etched in your mind. Guess what? Indonesia has some of the most fantastic, warm individuals. No, it's not utopia, it's not perfect, you might lose your wallet, but on the whole, Indonesia is one of the greatest countries to travel. And by promoting the warmth of Indonesia, I think you're missing a trick by just saying, look at this, look at this, look at these beautiful areas. Let's let this gentleman pass, please. Hello, how are you? All right, another area that we can promote is, let's say, for example, Japan. Japan Airline at the moment, if you fly to Japan via Japanese airline, you'll get a free ticket. Why doesn't Indonesia say, if you have never been before, you're a tourist, but you're flying in with Garuda or Lion maybe AirAsia, but they're Malaysia. But if they're an Indonesian airline, you'll give a free return ticket from Jakarta to any island, except of course Bali. Let them explore Sumatra. A second area that I think could be used is, how about a 2-month visa if you fly in and out of Jakarta? Make it free. Believe it or not, when I first came in '87, the visa was free and it was for 2 months. It's not gonna hurt you, but my God, what is the number one way of promoting Java? The number one. There's only one answer to this, and it isn't promoting it on YouTube, and it isn't promoting it on a bus in Moscow. It's word of mouth. The more people who come to Java, who come to Sumatra and start telling the world, hey, what a marvellous, magnificent place this is. Wow. Believe it or not, that's how it all started 30, 40 years ago. What was it? The Vietnamese War started mass tourism to Southeast Asia. Why? Because the guys who were doing R&R In other words, the Americans who were given time off, they came to Thailand. They came to Bali, and then they started telling their friends, oh, I was in paradise. Word of mouth can both hurt you and make you a star. And I believe Indonesia has to look at tourists, and remember, the tourist industry now is huge compared to 88. There's not one market. We have Chinese market, we have the Indian market, we have the European market, we have the Aussies. So word of mouth for me is the major area. Anyway, those are some ideas which I think Indonesia could put a bit more effort in to make their promotional effort better. As always, ba, don't be a sheep.